You have just a little more than 48 hours to cast your vote in the 2014 primary election in Jackson County. County administrators say they've already received 30% of the votes. NBC5's Roma Villavicencio spoke to the county clerk today. She joins us live with more. Roma.
Chris Walker says that number is likely to double. She says this has been one of the busiest primary elections, even stirring up more response than some previous presidential elections. Ballots are being dropped off as the clock ticks down.
I usually take the time to vote because I think it's very important that we do that.
Jackson County voters taking the time to put in their vote for the May 2014 primary election. And so far, Jackson County Clerk Chris Walker says the election office has received 30% of the ballots from Jackson County voters.
We're usually going to double that percentage by the time the election's over. So I definitely feel we're going to have a 55 to 60% turnout. Could even be a little higher.
Walker says this election has generated a lot of interest.
There's a lot of passion, especially toward those measures that we have on the Jackson County ballot this time. We have 3 separate money measures, and then of course we have that GMO measure that's out there, 15-119.
And voters say they are curious to see what happens with those measures.
I grew up on a farm, and so I have been real interested in the non-GMO crops, and it's been a real hard decision to make.
I'm interested in the GMO bill, though, and see where that goes and see what happens if it passes, what the real fallout is of that.
There's some very good issues there in terms of the genetically modified agriculture, the library.
Walker says you have until 8 p.m. Tuesday to turn in those ballots. Walker says you should not mail in your ballots anymore. Instead, make sure to drop them off at an official Dropbox location. Live in the studio, Roma Villavicencio, NBC5 News.
All right, Roma, thanks so much. Good information there. And here's a look at some of those Dropbox locations. The Jackson County Elections Office or the Ashland, Central Point, Eagle Point, or Rogue River libraries. And in Josephine County, you can drop it off at the Cave Junction City Building, the Josephine County Courthouse or Library, Umpqua Bank in Merlin, Hidden Valley Market in Murphy, and Washington Federal Bank in Grants Pass. Again, you have until 8 o'clock on Tuesday night.